apropos that, we hear in tradition, certainly some that I've been part of over the years, of this practice of resting, um, and resting and being, resting and awareness. This term rest was just kind of, as I was driving, I was just feeling this. What is rest? What does it mean to rest in the context of sort of these spiritual explorations? And what kind of came to me, I just dictated this note, and I wanted to explore this with you. I said, to rest is to no longer seek for some other perception. All we have are these perceptions. That's what we have in life. We could call them our experiences, our perceptions, the same thing. And here is this perception right now. Of course, it's dynamic, right? Ever changing. But the search, the human search in all the forms it can take, in some sense, is to try to find some other perception, right? So I said to rest is to no longer look for some other perception, seek for some other perception, but to simply rest in the current perception and realize this perception right now is completely awake. That's it. This perception, the one that's occurring right now, the one that is arising right now, the one that's here, which is, of course, the only perception we ever have, is the one that's here. And this perception is awake, intrinsically awake. Here, and feel this wakefulness that we could say we're partaking of, that's naturally here. We're not having to lift one finger, one little finger, to make this wakefulness be here. Here is this wakefulness, isn't it? The moment is awake. By definition, the moment is awake. No wakefulness, no moments. Here it is. Wakefulness is inseparable from the moment. I remember this saying from the Dzogchen tradition in Tibetan Buddhism, that just like the sky is inseparable from the color blue, the moment is inseparable from this wakefulness, isn't it? Here it's awake. Not because I'm sitting here trying to be awake. It's not like that, is it? It is that. That's why we can rest. We don't have to find a more awake perception through some sort of effort. We can just rest right where we are and notice in the easiest, effortless, natural way that there's just this flow of wakefulness appearing as all these different perceptions. But the wakefulness, the awakeness, is like the sky and the color blue, inseparable from one another. Feel the rest of that. No longer needing to look for something else to be awake. Right? Because here it is, shining forth as this moment. This moment right now. Here is the shining forth of the moment, the shining forth of wakefulness. Doesn't matter. It literally does not matter what your perception is and how it seems to be descriptively. That's the trick. Which is why we don't need to seek out a supposedly better, more wakeful moment, right? We don't need to seek out a better perception. This perception is it. Every perception. Blazing wakefulness. Every perception so alive, so awake, so scintillating and shimmering and pulsating. Every perception. Not certain perceptions, but every perception, which is again why we can just rest and we don't have to find something else. It's not necessary. We could say it's finding us as each moment. Here it is. Here it is. Here it is, appearing ceaselessly in all its dynamism. We can feel the dynamism of, I mean, already we've just been here a few minutes and all the different perceptions that have been flowing forth, right? These flickers, these thoughts, these memories, these visual images, these emotions, these sensations, just wow, just the richness and this magnificent display of perceiving. And all of it, the wakefulness. And this is it. It's the easy path because it's already being created in each moment by whatever is creating the moment, whatever that is. Can't say. I can't say. No perception is ever out of place. No perception is ever in error. In this sense, all the perceptions are the shine of this wakefulness. Everything is equal in that sense, equal in its wakefulness. There's not more wakefulness ever. The light is always on 1,000%. Even a moment of frustration, we might describe the perception feels like frustration, agitation, and worry, and all the ways we can describe certain perceptions like that, and fully illuminated, isn't it? Our frustrations fully illuminated, our agitation, our confusion, all of it is the wakefulness. Our deepest joys, our deepest sorrows, all of them awake. Only awake. Only awake. Not because we're doing something, but because this is, by its very nature, awake. The lights are on, aren't they? The light of reality is on. No off switch. I didn't turn it on. It's just on. Not because I'm doing something. And we're not over here looking at the light of wakefulness. It can seem like that. Oh, there, I'm perceiving, oh, wow, the light's on, like as if I'm somehow separate from it. No, you are the light of wakefulness. Everything about you is that light of wakefulness. No matter who you are, how you seem to be, how you seem to define yourself, none of that really matters. Not when it comes to this awake presence. The very basis of each perception, its awake presence. So we can just rest right in the heart of this perception without needing to find another. There is no better perception, actually. There is no other perception than this one, and this one, and this one. We can just be home in all of our perceptions because we are home. Even the ones that feel unsettling. there is awake. It's indestructible, this awake presence that is the basis of each perception, inseparable from every perception. Here it is. Here it is, being awake. Good as any description of reality, being awake. Feel the naturalness of that, the effortlessness of that, the deep rest of that. It's utterly relaxed, isn't it? This is just being awake, completely relaxed within itself. Totally relaxed within itself, just simply being awake as every perception. All of it just spontaneously, effortlessly pouring forth this radiance, the radiance of each momentary perception, each apparition of life, each momentary unfolding of reality, awake at that moment. Impossible to lose this natural wakefulness. There's that moment where, God, where did that go? Where did that sense of everything being awake and the feeling of being at home, where did it go? And there is the light of wakefulness shining upon that moment, within that moment, inseparable from that moment. That's what I mean, how it, the moments where it seems as if, oh, wow, this perception somehow is evidence of having lost touch with the wakefulness. Each moment is the evidence of the wakefulness, you see? That's its evidence, no matter its seeming content. The moment is the evidence of this light that is on, the light of life, the light of reality. Always home, always awake. This miracle of perceiving.